Hi guys, welcome to another Divi theme video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. We had a great question on one of our other videos. Somebody was asking about how to make a true parallax full page image. So we've got one here. I've got a page. If you look in the background, we're using true parallax for the background image there. As I scroll down, you can see it's true parallax there. And we've got all the content going up above it. And that picture's stretching from the top of the page to the bottom of the page here, as you can see. Really easy to do. So let's get started. I'm going to start a new page. And I'll just call it full page. And of course use the Divi builder. I'm going to go ahead and build mine from scratch. And it opens your page here and prompts you to use a row. I'm going to keep my rows very simple. Just to explain what we're going to do today, we're actually going to have the parallax image in our section, and we're going to build the page just using rows and full width rows. Really easy to do. So let's just throw in a single column, single row in my first section here. I'm going to throw in a little blurb module. I'll leave the content just exactly as it is. I'm going to throw my little white logo in there. There it is right there. Okay, well, let's just save that. We're going to go into the section itself, a blue tab right here for the section. Let's put our parallax image in. Always going to find background under the content tab there. Third tab across is background image. So let's click on that tab, go down and hit the plus to add an image. And bear in mind, you're going to want a fairly long image for this as we're using it throughout the page. I've got one here. I could probably upscale this image because it's very small, but it'll do for our little demo today. Let's upload the image. As you can see, it's in the background of our section there. Let's make it parallax by hitting the Use Parallax Effect button down here. Turn it from No to Yes. We're going to use True Parallax for this. And when I give this a bit of scrolling room, you'll see that we've got a true parallax effect there. So let's save that now. And we'll make this a little more interesting. I'm going to go back into my module here to make it stand out. I'm just going to go down to text. I'm going to throw all my text in the middle, make it light in color so it stands out against that dark background. That heading, I wouldn't mind making it a little bit bigger. And perhaps let's capitalize it. And my little logo there's a little too large. So if we go right back up to the top, image and icon. We've got image icon width here. Just take it down to whatever size you want. Fantastic. I'm going to leave that just like that. Okay, well, let's make this kind of our hero section. And we're not going to use the blue tab for the section, as I mentioned earlier. We're going to use the row. So let's go into the row itself, the green tab. I'm going to give it a background so you can see exactly what's going on. I'm just going to give it a black. You can see the whole row contained there. I want to give it a little bit more height, top and bottom. So in design, spacing, we'll use a bit of padding top and bottom. Use 100 pixels for convenience and hit the chain so it's got the same on the bottom. Now I want to make this row full width. To do that, let's close up spacing, go into sizing just above it. To make any row full width, just drag the width slider up to 100%. We'll copy that 100%, Control C, paste it down below in the max width, or you can just type it in if you want to. As you can see now, we've got a full width row. It's going to go the width of the screen. So it's kind of like a section, really. Now we've got gaps, top and bottom, where our image is showing through there. I want to take those away. So we're just looking at our row here. Very easy to do it again. I'm sure some of you are ahead of me on this. We'll save our changes. We'll go back into the actual section, the blue tab itself. Over to design and spacing. Take away any padding top and bottom. Just put a 0 in there. That's the top taken care of. For the bottom, hit the chain. That's it. So we've got one full width little section there that's actually a row. Fantastic. Well, let's go back into our little row now. Green tab, remember, for the row. I'm going to take the opacity of that black down so we can still read our writing nicely, but we can see our little parallax image behind. course, all this styling is up to you. And again, background's always under content. If we click on the color field, the black there, we can take the opacity down with the slider on the right until we can see enough of that image bleeding through, but we can still see our writing nicely. Now we're using what they call true parallax here. Again, I've got no scroll room, but if I throw another row in, you'll see the difference. Let's just save those changes. I'm going to throw another row in below, just from my library for expediency. Now I've put that in there, you can see that we've got a full parallax behind there. Now, if you wanted to use CSS Parallax, which is also called fixed background, let's just delete this row again. I just wanted to show you that from the scroll effect. Green tab for the row. Let's get that rid of it so we're back where we are. I'm going to go into this section now. Remember, we're using true parallax for this. If you wanted to use CSS Parallax or fixed background, we'll just go to our background here, to the image again. I'm going to change it from true to CSS Parallax, which is basically fixed background. If I duplicate this section now, you'll see that that background stays in place. If you want to do it this way, then you don't need to use rows, because every time we repeat this section, let's clone this section, it's got that same image. And as you can see, with this version of Parallax, CSS Parallax or fixed background, it's staying there. And every time you duplicate this section, or add any new section and put that same parallax, CSS Parallax image behind, it'll just stay exactly where it is. And we've done videos on this in the past, but this is not what we're trying to achieve today. So let's get rid of these two. Back to how we were. We'll put this back to true parallax. And save our changes. Okay, once you've got in there, you just keep going. Start building new rows. Put in the content for your rows. Like I say, I've got some already built. We'll build one. Let's just build one here. New row. Let's throw 2 in here. Let's throw a little call to action module in there. Make the button show up by putting the link in. Once I put a link in for a call to action, you'll see the button show up. And I'm going to change that background. Use whatever color you want. I'm going to use black for mine today, just so they stand out. If you want to see a bit of that image behind it, I'm sure you know what to do. Again, click on the color field. Just bring the opacity down a little bit. Then I'm going to duplicate this. And we'll just drag one across. Now, if you want to put a color or something in the background, again, you can make this row full width. But if not, if you just want to see the parallax image behind, you can leave it just like it is. I do want to add a bit of padding top and bottom. So to do that, just go in the row. Over to design and spacing. We'll give it a bit of breathing room by giving it 100 pixels top, 100 pixels bottom. Perfect. And you can just build your page the normal way, but just remember to use rows and not sections. I've got a few in the library. I'll just throw a few in there. For expediency, there's that one. Let's put another one in. Little green button, add from library. Little green button. And just in case you didn't know, this is just a row that I've made full width again and given it a blue background there with the opacity down. Another one. And let's just chuck one more in. Great. And again, this is a full width row with 2 modules in there. And just to show you, let's throw one more in. I'll make it full width. Again, I'm going to put 2 columns in there. And we'll chuck a blurb module in. Use a little icon. By switching the little icon switch on, put whatever icon you want in there. I'm going to keep this very simple again, text-wise. I'm going to pop it all in the middle, have it light in color. Of course, you can style title, body, and icon separately. There it is right there. We'll save that. We'll duplicate it. Drag one of them across, doesn't matter which one, they're both identical. And we'll give our row a little background color this time. I want to make this full width so it looks more like a section as we did before. You know how to do that, we showed you earlier. Over to design and sizing. Width all the way up to 100%. 100% in the max width also. We've got a full width row there. Now you may want more space left and right. If you do, simple to do with padding. So we're going to spacing just below sizing there. Again, I'm going to give it a fair bit of room top and bottom by giving it 100 pix top, hitting the chain, put it on the bottom. If you want more space left and right so it looks more like the rows you get with a regular section. In the padding, I'm actually going to use a percentage, 10, and the percent sign. I'm going to do the same for both sides. And we've got 10% padding. That way, when it shrinks down to tablet and mobile, you'll have 10% of that screen size on each of those devices. And it tends to work nicely. But of course, you can change whatever padding you want on mobile and tablet by hitting the little icon there. Common to all modules. If you hover up, you'll see some dark icons appear. Little mobile phone type icon lets you put in totally different values for tablet and mobile if you need to. And that should be it pretty much. Let's just take the opacity down a little bit on that color so you've got a hint of the picture as we're using a parallax. Again, I've just clicked on the color field. I'm going to take it down so we've got a hint of that picture. Let's make sure this is all going to work on the front end. Save draft or publish if you're ready. And let's exit the Visual Builder. And here we've got our page. You've got this sort of mock hero section at the top there. When I roll down, as you can see, it's true parallax. We've got that other two call to actions. A little image call to action. Another little section, full width with another call to action. Call to action image and two more call to actions. A lot of call to actions on this page. But you see what I mean. That parallax image is full page there. And that's the easy way of using a full page true parallax image. Like I say, you can use sections if you're going to use the CSS Parallax, but this works absolutely perfectly for full page true parallax. So I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. I hope that's answered that question. Don't forget, if you've got any questions, pop them below the video. I'll do my best to answer them for you, or make a little demo video just like this one. So once again, this has been Jamie from System 22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. If you've enjoyed this today, please give it a thumbs up, ring the bell, comment, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. So thanks for watching. Have a great day.